We ought to be more concerned with that storm than in finding trinkets, Greentail. Oh, relax already, Jody. And let me do my job. I don't show up when you're out there keeping watch and start telling you to come off it now, do I? You interrupt me in the middle of my work no fewer than 4 times per day. They go on like this for some time before turning to you. Investigating the wreckage is going to take time, but you may find something to show for it. Yeah, sure. You suggest it may well be worthwhile to continue searching through the wreckage after having come this far. Rookie grins wide. Knew you'd see it in my way, chum. Now let's see what we can get. After an exhaustive search? Sorry, chum. I think I was just chasing the reflection of the sun or something. There's nothing down there. Jodariel fumes at all of this, but says nothing. I'm sorry, Jodariel. I'm sorry. I thought there might be something useful in there. I'll make sure to take the path you want to go down next. You and your companions look upon the deathless Tempest. The stars demand you sail beyond it, yet the very thought is beyond reason. Then something in the nearby water stirs, and from it springs something familiar. Hello, good ladies and sirs. This knight beseeches you to hear him, if you please. What is it now, worm? The rites are ended. We have no further need for you. Oh, but you do, and in turn, this knight has further need for you, good lady. Out with it, then. Let us be joined. Let this knight join you, please. Can you believe this, Edwin? Not really, no? Nay, look at ye, not surprised. Your valor in the rites did stir this poor knight's soul. He swears to you upon his long-lost honor as a would-be knight-errant of the Sea Dominion that he shall serve you to the end. What about your other worm friends back there, the Pyreheads? They are base cowards! This knight can no longer abide such spineless characters. Having witnessed the true glory in our clash upon the hulk of oars, never before have we been trounced so thoroughly. And furthermore, this knight shall aid your passage through the deathless Tempest. Is it not so that you seek passage to the north? With this knight's aid, you shall achieve your wish. Sir Gilman continues to persuade you for some time. He seems to know a way to cross the storm. Some sort of long-held secret among worms exiled to these waters. Jodariel pulls the rest of you aside after Hedwyn gives her a look. Are you most sure that Sandalwood would want this thing along? Most surely. Sandalwood wants someone for each mask, and this one seems about as good as we're gonna get. Jodariel glowers back at the worm, who tries his best to look presentable. Hedwyn is more gracious. He tells Sir Gilman that if he promises to help you cross the Deathless Tempest, then he can come along for now. This knight is overjoyed, and he hereby swears to see you pass the storm. Though first, the knight requires your consent. Give unto the knight your blessing in the name of the Nightwings, and thus shall he go forth. Sir Gilman seems to be asking your permission for something. Sure? As you begin to say something in response, Sir Gilman cries out in triumph. He vanishes into the depths, yet through this close encounter with him, you cling to some sense of where he is going and what he intends to do. Sir Gilman is determined to help you cross the Deathless Tempest. See his mission through. Alright then. He has an aura trail. Oh, is this a minigame? Alright. Let's see then. Let's try not to crash and die. Our determined to prove himself determined to prove himself to you and the Nightwings, Sir Gilman emerges somewhere in the outer reaches of the Sea of Soils and calls out to you. Master Reader, if you can hear this knight, then he implores you now, lend him your guidance. This knight's objective ought to be not far east of here. Today we shall bring peace to the embroiled sea. Know, however, that among this knight's brethren, the actions we are about to take are highly forbidden. But they are highly just. Thus, Sir Gilman sets forth to quell the storm that rages to the north. Okay. Traverse the reef. What do we have here? Hark! Yonder lie the full spawn of unfathomed plurms, boiling the sea with their wrath. Exiled worms within these waters long have harbored these abominations, using them to bar passage through the downside channels. For any save this save for this knight's own kind. Okay. Be gone from here, fiends. This night shall finish what the Underking Oars started. Oh, it's just dash through that stuff. Press B to Okay. Alright, I don't quite know how the how that is fully controlled. Okay, but that should work. The foul spawn is banished, and the Tempest subsides. Oh boy. Hold it right there, you traitorous slug. How dare you turn your back on this knight? To your superior? Superior by rank no longer, for we no longer serve the Commonwealth. Last this knight checked. Here, you hold no sway over this knight. Ah! And what have you done to the spawn? Have you no honor left at all? This knight has done what this knight has done that which required doing. His honor cannot sink much lower anyhow. He figured this would be an ideal time to free himself from servitude to you. Why you dare to staunch the Tempest for those Nightwings? Good Sir Deluge. This knight was born to dare. Now come and fight this knight if you dare as well. Pyreheads, banish him. This is an order. Banish 8 Pyreheads? Okay, wait. Ah, I see, okay. I see how it works now. 5 of them banished? Okay. What now, Sir Deluge? Shall you not face this knight yourself and leave the dirty work onto your chargers? Fine, Gilman. You wish to stand against your commander? Then have it your way. Sir Marsh, Lady Seagrass, to me. Banish now this troublemaker, Sir Marsh. He is a worm knight duty-bound to serving Sir Deluge and the Pyreheads. Lady Seagrass, she is a worm knight duty-bound to serving Deluge and the Pyreheads. Okay. Okay. Okay, they plan to do the same thing then. Like that. You are master of this night no longer, Sir Deluge. Thus shatter our fraternal bonds. This knight would say it was an honor serving you, Sir Deluge, but that would be a bald-faced lie. And yet, another stain upon this blackened reputation. Until we meet again. Wait, you lowly traitor. This knight will have your head, Gilman. Sir Gilman's aura slash fires instantly when you press B. Okay. As the day wears on, there is still no sign of the Worm Knight. Your companions grow restless, but then... Hail! This knight returns with newfound tales to tell, and new scars to show for them. Sir Gilman is sopping wet and visibly shaken. He struggles to maintain decorum. He is, in short, the very image of a Worm Knight. And more importantly, that little Tempest ought no longer pose a threat for now. Behold! As if on cue, the deathless Tempest begins to simmer and subside. Well now. Would you look at that? He really did it. Of course this knight did it. Now, if it would be alright with you, this knight could really use some shut-eye. The Worm Knight then collapses in exhaustion. You and Hedwyn help him up. A deal's a deal, Sir Gilman. Welcome to the Nightwings. Huzzah! Sir Gilman joined the group. He also revealed a path north for you. Well, to the Deathless Tempest we go. You have not yet been to this region of the downside. Sir Gilman revealed a gap in the storm that seems safe enough to traverse. Let's take that gap then. And see what lies ahead. Ooh. This looks cool. Though, to be fair, every single area in this game has looked very cool. Just visually, this game is very appealing. With Sir Gilman's aid, you managed to breach the Tempest. You were true to your word. You were true to your word, Worm. I shall give you that. But now what? We are stranded in this cursed storm. A most excellent question, and one most fair. Call me that once more and I shall tie you in a knot. Ah. And from one most spirited as well. This knight was wise to side with ye. Just, where do we turn from here? Answer this question now. Sir Gilman does no such thing, although eventually he does make a note. He does make note of a specific current that should lead you to the land beyond. If I may, I can corroborate Sir Gilman's account. We are close to making landfall. Then let me be the first to say let's go. You're on the verge of sailing across the Sea of Solace. Let's voyage onward. Say, Tarek? Aye, rookie. What is it? That loot you're always carrying around? You know how to play that thing, don't you? Why, I suppose I do. Good, because I was thinking it's a little gloomy here, and we could use a little tune to lighten up the mood. Know what I mean? Aye. Then, let me see what I can do. And let's head onwards to the Black Basin. You have not been to this region. Okay.
Sorrowful tears and filled the waters high. The misty morning over the brine belies a leaden sky. The stars all hide away from the chill until the evening rise.
Is he continuing to sing? At last your wagon rumbles on... At last your wagon rumbles onto solid jagged ground. The land called Black Basin. Your fellow exiles unpack the wagon so you can take stock of how best to reach your destination. This looks ominous. Let's go into the thing here. Okay, what do we have here? Sir Gilman's Crest. The official certification of knighthood in the Commonwealth, oft sought by worm knights. What do you have to say, Sir Gilman? You approach Sir Gilman, who must have just finished practicing his fencing maneuvers. He regards you with his single eye. Hail, Master Reader. This knight is determined to train harder, having joined the famous Nightwings. He shall ensure that this triumvirate continues to live up to its most feared reputation. This is such an honor, and this knight has a great deal of honor to regain. Having fled the Pyre hearts, this knight fully expects now to conduct the rites in a most honorable fashion, to the fullest letter of the law, described within the books. Some triumvirates this knight has met, and perchance mentioned by name, they are inclined to bend the rules a bit, sometimes a lot, and to prevail by any means they can. But this is wrong! The exile who refuses to obey the rules as they were written by the Under King Ors and his 7 friends deserves neither his honor nor his freedom. Thusly does this knight have confidence in the Master Reader. Thusly does this knight have confidence the Master Reader shall resist any temptation to conduct the rites in an underhanded fashion? Now then, this knight must undergo a thorough cleansing, having trained until the point of foulness. So please excuse him, Master Reader. He slithers off, humming some sort of chivalrous tune. Alright then. Let's go outside and survey the surroundings. You find that Hedwin has asked for several volunteers to scout the area and report back. Alright everyone, don't go too far, and let's meet back by dusk. Please use caution. The exiles dwelling in these lands are, well, rather territorial. For your part, you remain with the Black Wagon to keep watch. You see occasional dark shapes soaring across the sky, but none of them draw near enough for you to see in any detail. Eventually, your companions make their way back, and everyone arrives as planned, or earlier. Hi everyone, I'm back. I have come back. Ray returns from the east with little to report, save for words that the glowing molten rock there is very, very hot. I believe that. The knight yet lives, although he has little else to report. The newest member of the group, Sir Gilman, returns from a northern pass, visibly shaken. He appears to have discovered an intense fear of heights. Tiso wonders whether any species of fish live in the pools of rock nearby. The little imp Tiso seems disappointed to have left the water behind. He remains with you near the wagon. There was a western pass that seems traversable. If we travel by the light of dawn, the shadows and the crags may well cover our advance against whoever may be watching. I beg your pardon. I do not wish to contradict your strategy, madam, though in my experience we shall not remain hidden for long during the climb towards the nest of Trieste. The exiles and the high-wing remnants, you may have no love for them inherently, but they have no such qualms with me, for now. I may be able to negotiate safe passage. The high-wing remnants, the last surviving faction of the winged harps, the ancient enemies of the Commonwealth. They are as coarse as their feathers. They hold themselves superior. The Archjustice Androbiles the Ninth. Negotiate with them. Then Hedwyn steps in as the lone minstrel bows and backs away. Hey, let's not decide on this just yet. We're not going anywhere right now. That much we can agree on. We'll decide how best to go ahead come morning. For now, let's take a rest. Let's take the rest of the afternoon to get our bearings. Jodariel glares at the sky as everyone else disperses. You have the rest of the day to practice your vocations. Sure. And this time I'll do this. Forage for resources. Blackrock, molten pools, okay. You sense traces of celestial residue there.
Hello, Shemta.
Well, chum, had enough scrounging for one day? Usually there isn't much, but if you never look, you never get. And believe me, it adds up. Okay, so it's sack of stardust. So more than a pinch. Very good. Okay. Okay, we can just forage one thing. Okay. Let's continue our journey. Okay, so the Black Shore. The low road to the nest of Trieste passes through razor-sharp sands and the highway cove. The high road to the nest of Trieste is patrolled by the Commonwealth's ancient enemies. The lone minstrel believes he can negotiate safe passage with the harps via this path. I promised last time that I would listen to Jodariel next, so I'll do that. Don't want to, you know, scorn her any more than necessary because she could break me in half.